What excites you about play to earn? I know you were an investor in Axie.
Yeah. So play to earn typically is subsidized, right? So with Axie, they were smart, they were first, and they had a huge sponsor base where they went out there and got groups to sponsor people left and right. And it just blew up, right? And why wouldn't it blow up? It's free money. It's going back to the old Silicon Valley way for software. We'll subsidize the cost for you. We'll subsidize the cost of bandwidth or storage, whatever it is, to get you to use it and view it as a marketing cost. But it's still a traditional ecosystem where either you subsidize it or you generate revenues to buy the tokens that are being created. And if you don't generate revenues to buy the tokens, either you have to have new subsidies continually coming in, or you have to have new players coming in to subsidize the existing players. And the minute the musical chairs stop, it collapses unless you have an ecosystem there, an economy there that can continue to buy the tokens to make it worthwhile for people to play if they're playing for some reason other than the fact they just love the game. And so what I had recommended to them back when they had a maximum number of players was now's the time to sell NFTs to people outside, not to the players themselves, but to people outside. You know, somebody in the Philippines who's playing this game, just generated this NFT that they using their artwork that they're selling for SLP, right? And then they can sell that and that generates revenue, or Axie can do the same thing, create NFTs based off the play, the best plays ever, and then people outside can buy those. You take that revenue that comes in and you use that to buy the SLP and the Axie tokens. Or you go to Coca-Cola or whoever and say, we've got X number of people, here's a demographic breakdown, here's a geographic breakdown, advertise, and we'll slip in just like they do in video games, right? Here's this sponsor, here's that. And because we have millions of users around the world, we're going to charge you $3 million and we're going to take 75% of that. 25% goes into our treasury for operations and 75% goes to buy SLP and Axie, which creates a virtuous cycle, which means there's always going to be a foundation for pricing as long as you have players, right? That makes it more sustainable. Without that sustainability and ecosystem, it just doesn't work. So whenever somebody comes to me with a play to earn, I always ask them the exact same question. All right, the player comes in, they earn your equivalent of SLP, right? Whatever you call it, gameplay token. Now they're ready to sell it. Why would somebody buy it?
To be used in the game. They have to.
Yeah, but that means it's only available to players, right? And players can just buy it originally right from the game itself. So there's got to be a reason for somebody to buy it, and it applies for everything. Play to, work to earn, learn to earn, whatever it is. If even NFT sales, right? So with the Mavericks, we give away a free NFT when you show up at a game. We don't sell it; we give it away. Now, other teams, and then there's the community tokens, the socios, the chilies, etc., where they're selling them. And I always ask the same question: why would somebody buy that from somebody else? If you collect it, great. There's a reason there, right? If there's some utility, great. But if it's just, a play to earn token from somebody, there's no reason for them to buy it. You always have to ask yourself, what is the reason that a second, third, fourth level buyer will buy? Otherwise, it's going to die.
And that was interesting what you said. One way to solve the subsidy problem that eventually dries up is to bring in outside sponsors like Coca-Cola, and then they could be providing value and get advertising. Yeah,
because they want the advertising. They want, if they're trying to sell Coca-Cola in the Philippines, they got people with money readily expensive. When we started AudioNet way back when in the early days of the internet, one of the key selling points that I always used is, you don't have to send people other places to buy. Like before the internet, you had to go to the store, right? You went to a Sears catalog. I'm dating myself, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
What's that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. And that had to be delivered. Well, once the internet hit, you can be listening to a baseball game, and as long as there's a link to buy whatever it is they're pitching right there, you just ordered it. And it's the same now with Web3, but nobody does that, right? You don't realize that if someone's playing a game and there's an ad for Coke, and Coke's a bad example, a digital product is something better. A movie, and it's a movie to own, right? Or music to own as a download. It doesn't happen very often, but it's a simple example, right? And then you just click it, and it just clicks off, one axie token, and it's delivered to you immediately. Now you're making some money, and that subsidizes and plays the game. And so if your play to earn doesn't have a way to generate revenue outside just the tokens, you're fucked.
Yes, great perspective. To watch the full conversation, there's a link down below in the video description. And if you're interested in learning more about cryptocurrency, click subscribe right now. We drop a video every single day. You do not want to miss one. See you tomorrow.